Hey guys, so I'm going to take you outside in just a second and show you why the BROADFORK is probably my very favorite garden amendment tool for short people. I am really able in my 5'3" form, which to some people might be very short, to some people might be actually tall. And it has just allowed me to, especially with my daughter in tow, although you have to be very, very careful. I usually playing off, and I watch her very closely while I'm using it. And it's a large implement. But you know, carrying a toddler around in a wrap for months, yes ma'am, for months, you get to be quite strong. So that being said, it has really helped us build a few beds directly in ground. Now, we haven't had all that much time to prepare our ground, not only because we have a lot of snow on the ground pretty much half the year, but because we just moved in here into this house last September. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that, how I use the BROADFORK, and why I think many people should have it if you are planning on, this is our cat leaf, if you are planning on, amending your soil, trying no-till methods or low to no-till methods, and why we've used it now this is our second garden. So it is an implement that we moved here from Tennessee to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and we will move again if we ever move. I don't plan on it, but yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites by far. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you why, sorry, a little out of breath here, why the BROADFORK is my best friend as a woman who's only 5'3" and probably between 120 to 130 pounds. I apologize, I don't know my exact weight because I stopped weighing myself years ago because of pregnancy and postpartum. But as you can see, we have this pretty, I'm just holding my daughter here. We have this pretty bare patch here, and my husband mowed it down last night, and I am just using the BROADFORK here that we got. I want to say we got this from Johnny's a few years ago. We also had a BROADFORK that our friend made us, but it got left out in the rain, so it definitely rusted. But yeah, as you can see here, I've already done a few rows, and in the clips I showed you how I do that. But honestly, if you are of the no-till mindset, and mind you, like, there's probably a few people out there, maybe more than a few, who will say that the BROADFORK is not no-till, but the way we did it, and as I showed you guys in the clips, sorry, out of breath, okay. Mama needs to work out. You're not mixing the soil, you're just lifting it. And the reason we are doing this to this patch, let me pan over. So this is our raised bed garden. Little chipmunk hanging out, trying to get to the bird feeder. This is our raised bed garden that are mostly annuals. And then we have like some rhubarb, lilac, our mushroom bed, wood chip bed. I know, baby. Blackberries, rhubarb, grapes back there in that corner. Mama. Yes, ma'am. And then we have strawberries over there along the fence as well. But the raised bed is mostly annuals, and we got in 25 asparagus crowns from Johnny's, and that is what's gonna go here. So this is kind of one of the spots left where they can do some growing, as you can see. And you know, it is not the best. Let me put my daughter down. It is not the best. I know there are many people who will probably watch this and be a little judgy bear, but you know what? It's what we have to work with. And with a toddler in tow who loves hugging or attempting to hug chipmunks and birds, sorry for quickness, we will be putting this here because it's what we got, right? It's the best that we have right now. We moved into this house in September, and so we didn't have time with everything that was going on. We didn't have time to put a tarp over this and kill this, kill this grass. And so we're gonna put the asparagus crowns in here and just weed as best we can, because we have them, they need to go in the ground. And so I'm gonna try and do a little bit bigger plot depending on how my daughter, what my daughter allows me today. But I'm gonna try and get these crowns in. And yeah, but anyway, I say all that because, like I said, as a 5'3" woman, the BROADFORK is one of my favorite tools of all time. You can just you know, lift that soil. And, you know, because our soil, unlike our Tennessee home was a lot of clay, a lot of rocks. This is pretty sandy, good soil with, you know, a few rocks, but it's much better. And I know everyone out there is working with what they got. And over the years, obviously, we are going to amend this. We are trying to keep, as you can see, we kind of mowed these rows. We're trying to keep as much as we can wild, just mowing this kind of short. And again, this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but it's ours. As you can see, keeping, you know, as much as we can growing. And then for the pollinators, but also we have found too, the more that we keep and the more that we provide here, the less birds and animals get into our raised beds. If we are providing them with a ton of other habitat, safety, food, bird bath, we're going to get a couple more bird baths, and water, you know, they're kind of getting what they need, and not jumping in our raised beds as much. Oh, let me show you, speaking of putting 25 asparagus crowns in the ground. As you can see here, these bare spots were actually grocery store organic golden potatoes that we just put in the ground, and there are a bunch coming up. Yay, finally. But yeah, there's like good 4 right here. Oh, a little one right here. Hello. But yeah, we have some happy ones. Oh, really strong over here and over there. And more over there. So yeah, this bare patch is going in the ground as well. And you know what? It is what it is, right? It's what we had, and we're just doing it. Planting grocery store potatoes and asparagus crowns in the ground because it's what we have. It's the time that we have. You know, next year, maybe we'll have a little bit more time, but we're just trying stuff out. And if, you know what, if nothing else, if these plants don't produce, we can leave this in the ground, and the decaying matter from those potatoes and those plants, we can chop it all down, and that is just going to bring aeration and nutrients to this soil, right? Like if we didn't even harvest this, it's just like the matter of, you know, you see a lot of people, it's just like cover cropping, right? Or it's just like planting a ton of daikon and chopping them at the top and letting those roots bring air and nutrients, and letting those, not even harvesting the radishes, right? Just letting them like letting them decay, and like I said, bringing nutrients back to the soil. So even if we didn't harvest this, we're still doing something, right? And it's not just going to be this bare, oh, okay, it's just gonna be grass. We're doing something. We are, and how much were those potatoes? You know, a few bucks from the grocery store, and we cut them in half, we cut them in thirds, so they're not even whole potatoes under there. But anyway, that is not the point of the video. I could talk about that subject though forever. But yeah, broad fork, y'all, especially if you're short.